Okay, welcome into episode 8. It's Reimer on the Road and Leo making his debut on the opening. And Scott, we're glad that you're following us along as we look forward to talking about Newport, Rhode Island. Before we get to that, though, an announcement of where we're going next.
We're heading to Portland, Maine.
Portland, Maine, which is a little 60 miles or so north of where we are now.
And really, we're saying Portland, Maine, but really it's Old Orchard Beach area, which is a little south of Portland, Maine.
That's right. So we continue up the East Coast. We'll leave New Hampshire. Right now we're on the border of New Hampshire and Massachusetts. That'll, of course, come up in episode 9. But then we'll continue up a little further north into Maine. And as you can tell, I've got long sleeves on. Anne's got jeans on. The temperature has gone down since we left Newport.
Yeah, it dropped. It dropped while we were at Newport at the very end, but not as drastic as our travel day.
It's been nice. The fire will feel good tonight here in Massachusetts / New Hampshire, because this campground is literally on the border of the two. Also joining us in Portland, Maine will be Megan, our daughter, coming in from Kansas City. So she's going to fly in and spend the 4th with us.
Yeah, 4th of July holiday with us.
Yep, so we're looking forward to that. But for now, let's talk about Newport, Rhode Island. And stay tuned to the end because we will give you our feedback on what we liked and some things maybe that were challenges for us in Newport, Rhode Island. So here you go, episode 8.
All right, so we just arrived in Rhode Island, and I was doing our walkthrough inside and noticed this second cabinet was open. Luckily, nothing had fallen out of it. But we did have some tools. We had this and then one other heavy thing up there. And when I went to start messing with it, we have busted through. It was too heavy. We attribute that to the roads in Pennsylvania. Man, they were rocky. So I don't know really why they put such a small, that's craftsmanship for you. Like super thin and then down to the cabinet. So lesson learned. No more really heavy stuff in the back.
Good morning from Newport, Rhode Island. One thing that I have got to adjust to up northeast, it is 5:28 in the morning. And it feels like 9 o'clock in the morning with the sunlight. So I've got to figure out a way to adjust my body a little bit on that.
Okay, just finished up Blackpoint Trail. I'd say a very easy hike. And I know this is our first one here in Rhode Island, first time on the seashore, but holy smokes.
Yeah.
If this is what we're in store for the next few days, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. I mean, all the honeysuckle, so it smells good. Flowers, beautiful crop and rock outreaches that you can go into. So we sat out on some of the rocks for a little bit and sunbathed. It was really nice. Definitely recommend.
Yep, off to a great start. If it stays even close to this pretty, we're going to have a great time here in Newport. Yep,
loving it.
our second full day in Newport area, and we're actually in Newport, Rhode Island today. We did the Baywalk, which is at Fort Adams State Park, about 2 miles, relatively flat, very dog friendly, had great views of the bay on one side, and on both sides actually, but on the other side we saw the yacht clubs and all the sailing ships at their anchor. So a really easy, free parking. It didn't cost us anything. It had restrooms here as well. So in terms of convenient, great views, and no cost, this was about perfect. Tailgate, this time with a view. Not too bad. Leo thinks he's gonna get something. I don't think he's going to. Completed the cliff walk in Newport, and it was a great walk. Beautiful views, dog friendly. We brought Leo with us, lots of people, there's a bathroom there, just great scenery. It was a nice, I think we ended up walking about 2 miles of it, well, out and back, but we got to see the breakers, the Chinese house, the stone and granite house.
Marble house.
Marble house.
Yes.
Marble house. I knew it was some stone. So it was great. I mean, it had some shaded areas, some grassy areas for the dog. Just a very enjoyable walk.
It's one of those things, I think, like TripAdvisor and all those things. Anytime you go to Newport,
you gotta do
they
it.
always talk about that. And sometimes when you get to those things, they're kind of a letdown. But that one wasn't. That met the expectations.
Not a letdown. Now parking, you have to. There's a lot of street parking is what we opted to do, and we had to go a couple blocks, but we found some. So just, I think, looking for the parking. So it ended up being a free day. Another free thing that we did today. So we haven't spent any money. We had already done our picnic lunch. So today has been nice. Very beautiful weather. And we're ready to keep going. right, we just finished up at Greenvale Vineyards.
In Portsmouth, Rhode Island, Anne's streak of not spending money on this second full day in Rhode Island ended, but for a good reason. It was awesome.
Yeah, we had a flight of wine, shared that, and it was just a nice cap to the day. After all the hiking and walking and stuff we did, we got to sit under the trees. It's dog friendly. Got some wine. It was all really good. I recommend it.
And I liked the wine. The wine was good. And it did cap off after all that walking.
Yeah.
It felt good to sit down and enjoy a glass of wine. But it's really about this view.
The view is beautiful. It's just on a great setting. You can see the sound. I don't know what body of water is back there, but it's beautiful. I mean, you just seeing the grapevines. We had music playing. They had some food trucks here, which we did not partake in, but if you ever came on the weekends, they do have food trucks. You could bring your own food and water if you wanted. Bathrooms.
Yep.
It was beautiful.
Yep.
Definitely
all of it was great.
Definitely recommend.
Now headed back to the campground. I think we got some steaks and potato on the way, and maybe a fire. Who knows? We'll see how it all goes. But a good day so far, day 2 in Newport. When you're in New England, you've got to go see the lighthouses, right? And what better way to see the lighthouses than to do it on a boat and to get a great tour with commentary about the lighthouses that you're seeing. There's a couple of things that we really loved about our lighthouse cruise through Newport Harbor Tours. The first is you don't have to go into Newport itself to catch the boat, which means you don't have to pay the toll. The place that we hopped on the boat was in a town called Quonset, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong, but nonetheless is a mile or two north of Newport, and you don't need to go over the Newport Bridge to get to this location. The second thing that was great about this tour is that it had a wonderful commentator who explained each of the lighthouses that we came upon, as well as some of the geography of the area. Having a little bit of dialogue to kind of explain what you're seeing, I think made the experience much more enjoyable. And of course, the star of the show are the lighthouses. And that certainly was the case during our tour. There are two types of ferries that will get you out to Block Island. One is a fast ferry and one is a regular speed ferry. And we took the regular speed ferry, which was a 60-minute ride, but that was part of the fun of the trip. We had great views on the ferry ride out to Block Island, and our particular vessel was pet friendly, so Leo got to go along. Once on Block Island, we rented bikes and took off to look out over some of the overlooks that were on the island.
the Southeast Lighthouse, also with great views and a lighthouse. And the opportunity for some shade and our bag lunch. Okay, we're here on Block Island. We have rented bikes and we've taken Leo with us. He's, as one person said at the last stop, tolerating it. Don't know that he's loving it, but what a view. Block Island. Biking. We concluded our bike tour with a few stops along the beaches that are on Block Island. And then we cooled off with a lemon slushie and prepared for the ride back to Newport, which was refreshing as we were absolutely worn out from our day.
there you go. You can see a lot of sun. It was during a heat wave, and that maybe is part of some of the struggles we had in Newport. But overall, my initial impression of Newport, Rhode Island was just amazing. I think that's the best way to describe it. It really was a beautiful place.
It was. And it's just different from what we're used to in the coast of South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina even. The New England coast, that was our first really taste of that, and it was beautiful. I mean, we did some coastal walks in several locations. We did, of course, the island, Block Island, and then we, went on the boat tour. So it was a lot of water involved, either overlooking it, on it, not in it, but it was just a beautiful city.
Yeah, I thought the Lighthouse boat tour was really a highlight for me, because you got to see not only the lighthouses, which is, obviously New England, that's what you come to see, but the storytelling. There was a guy on there telling the stories about the lighthouses and the different things. I also liked it because it went through the Maine Newport Marina, and he talked about some of the boats that were in port that, obviously were very nice.
Yeah.
And it was 90 minutes, so it was like a perfect time. And it was a beautiful day, and it felt good on the water as well.
It felt, all of that. Perfect.
One of the struggles we had, which really has nothing to do with the tour itself, was just the heat at Block Island. We took a ferry out to Block Island. We actually took Leo with us, and you saw some of the video of that, but it really was hot. You struggled that day.
It was during, the heat wave that y'all were having in the South, or had in the South. We were having it up here in New England, and we struggled.
Yeah, and it was a little hilly as well, and I was carrying Leo, and so that it just made it a little more challenging. And that's one of the things that I think you have to factor in when it comes to traveling. You're going to have days that just weather-wise don't cooperate with what you want to do. We were able to do it. I just think we probably would have done more on Block Island if it wasn't so hot.
I think we would have stayed a little longer and enjoyed it and experienced it a little bit more. It's a cute island. I would definitely go back. Yeah. Recommend it if you're in the area.
One of the things I didn't care for in Newport, and for two reasons. Number one, it cost money, and we, I just didn't like the fact that we had to pay for the toll to go over the Newport Bridge, and it's $8, I think, for us, because it has to mail the
$6.
$6. Okay, $6. Okay, whatever. The thing was so bumpy. It was the most bumpy part of the entire trip, other than the Pennsylvania roads. That bridge was the bumpiest ride that you could have.
Like, so if you're paying a toll, let's keep it up.
Yeah.
But we're going to experience that, I think, more in the Northeast of having. We're just not used to having to pay tolls, so I think it's just the norm around here.
Yeah, you have to pay it going in and coming out. That was kind of
it's really the only way, other than like another hour bypass.
Right.
That was your way to get in.
And that's another reason why I like the boat tour, because we didn't have to go into Newport to get on the Lighthouse boat tour. So you didn't have to pay the $6 to get over there. So that was good. But, overall, I think I can't say enough about Newport. Rhode Island. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful.
I would go back. Beautiful scenery, beautiful on the outskirts. And we went to the vineyard that was just all good looking. Loved it.
And for the most part, other than the Lighthouse tour, Leo was able to come along with us for most of it. And it's dog friendly. We didn't really have any issues with that. He rode the boat over to Block Island with us. That was no problem. And
went bike riding with us.
Yes, right. And then even in Newport, walking around the city, it was no issues with him tagging along at times as well. So campground, we stayed at Warden Pond Family Campground. Now, what we're finding on a lot of the campgrounds up here is that there are a lot of seasonal or permanent sites where people are living here, at least in the summer months. And some people that don't care for that. I don't know that really bothers us that much.
No, it doesn't.
But at Warden Pond, where we were actually, it's a huge campground, but we actually were in a loop that were pretty much day camper or week campers, not permanent site people. Right. So it felt like we were in a regular campground where people were coming and going, as opposed to a place where people are living. Yeah,
I agree. And it did not bother me at all. Nice people, good setup, good location.
Okay, so that wraps up episode 8, Reimer on the Road. Make sure you subscribe. Follow us on Instagram as well.
Reimer on the Road.
Yeah, Reimer on the Road on Instagram. We look forward in episode 9 to telling you all about the New Hampton area of upper northern Massachusetts, southern New Hampshire. Mm-hmm. And we've had a great stay here so far, and we look forward to sharing that. That will come up in episode 9, so stay tuned. And don't forget, everybody, it's Reimer on the Road. Do it today.